Hey everyone, I'm Ultimate456, you're the Ultimates, and welcome to episode 46 of Let's Play Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony.
No, it's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Finding out how that black fabric fits into this is the key to everything. I'll make it all clear now. Alright, it's time for argument armament. Let's go. Awesome. Awesome design. Alright, hopefully I can do this because I like to try and get criticals on these, but it can be difficult. Let me start with this actually, Fever. So remember Fever... Damn, that sucked. Okay, already ran out of Fever. Bang, bang.
Everyone's life is at stake.
Square, square, square.
Because of your self-righteous truth.
I can't believe how many, how close you have to be to get critical. It is really, really tight. Nice. Oh crap, get it.
You are only providing us with speculation.
It gets much harder as time goes on. Beautiful. Let's do another final blow.
What does that piece of trash prove?
Kirumi's gloves.
It ends here.
More fanfiction.
The piece of fabric came from Kirumi's black glove.
This whole last sequence of this trial is probably one of my favorite bits because it's like you get the marked window evidence frame and then you have the black piece of fabric, and this is not really a spoiler, but I love the fact that the game, and I think they did this in all the games, but this one in particular, there's always one piece of evidence that you collect that ends up being the crucial final proving point, and it's just, they always do it so well, so I really like that. Alright, the piece of fabric came from Kurumi's black glove.
Kirumi's glove?
If the culprit were slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope burn. But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't bare-handed.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction and it fell into pool?
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi, right?
The gloves on your hands now. I take it they're from your dorm?
The extra uniforms in our rooms are made of the same material we're wearing now. We can test my theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
Well, Kirumi, will you allow us to compare the black fabric we found in the pool with your gloves?
Huh? What's the matter? Why are you sweating so much?
Kirumi, what's wrong?
In the end, I'm just like them. I'm scared of revealing the truth. Because it means that someone has to be sacrificed. But Kaede was scared too. She didn't let that stop her. She thought things through to the end. I faced the truth and doubted it, and kept thinking and kept going. This is where it led me, and I won't turn away from it.
I will show you the truth.
Alright, time for closing argument. This always takes so long, so I'm going to try and go quick here. Alright, handcuffed victim. So that's about here, I think. Before the murder, what was put on the victim's wrists? Handcuffs. What about piranhas swarming the tank? That's weird. It's supposed to be this one, but okay. Yeah, hard to work out with just that information, but that is the correct one. Friction on the glove. Hitting the brakes was tougher than expected. Friction on the glove. Rubber in a tube, so that is this one. What was taken from the pool. Let's do this one first. Carried the rope. The thin and long item the culprit took from the gym. Piranha tank lid. Should be this one. Yep. It was used as the partition. And then we've got metal handcuffs in the water. The evidence made of metal that the piranhas didn't eat. and gym windows frame, which should be this one here, where in the gym was the rope tied. And finally, we've got hanged in a tube, what was used to transport the body on the ropeway. Alright, here we go. There's also a weird thing here where the acts, so it starts with Act 5, but
The
then,
victim's body was found this morning during Himiko's underwater escape act.
so if you look closely, it starts at Act 5, but then I think it changes to like Act 2, I don't know, it's very weird.
When we saw the piranhas in the tank, we thought that Himiko's escape failed. Of course, it was all part of the act. Himiko's escape went perfectly. But when Angie opened the curtain in front of the tank, we saw Ryoma with piranhas swarming around him. Before any of us could react, the piranhas devoured Ryoma's body. And all that was left were his bones and the handcuffs he was wearing. That horrifying sight was the finishing touch on the culprit's own twisted magic trick. The culprit obfuscated the time and place of the murder, implicating Himiko in the process.
Yeah,
In
see?
truth, the crime began last night around 8:55 p.m.
That looks like it says, oh, unless they're saying, okay, maybe they're saying Act 5 in terms of like, that's when the murder happened, and now they're explaining everything up until that point. Because that looks like a 1 or a 2, so yeah, it's probably a 1. Okay, that makes sense then.
While preparing for the show in the gym, the culprit had a chance to be alone. It was then that the culprit used the ladder to reach the piranha tank and removed the glass lid to put inside the tank. They used it as a partition to force the piranhas to one side of the tank. Next, the culprit took the rope from the stage wing in the gym and used the ladder once more, this time to climb up to the gym's window. Once there, they opened the window and tied one end of the rope to the window frame. The rope was then thrown out the window toward the pool. These preparations were key for the culprit's elaborate plan. At nighttime, past midnight, the culprit asked Ryoma to meet at his lab. All the pieces were in place. The culprit was ready to murder. First, the culprit knocked Ryoma out, probably striking him from behind. Then, they put the handcuffs from the shower room on Ryoma's wrists. And shoved his head into the sink filled with water. From the water and the pain of drowning, Ryoma should have woken up and struggled. The culprit anticipated his resistance, which is why Ryoma was handcuffed. The struggle left scrapes on the cuffs and sink, but in the end, Ryoma succumbed. Ryoma was dead, culprit's plan had only just begun. They removed the cable from the tennis net and hung it from the window facing the pool. And then, at the pool, they connected the wire and the rope from the gym window. They returned to the lab after picking up one last thing. The rubber inner tube that was in the pool's tool shed. Once back in the lab, the culprit pulled the cable, bringing up the rope. They pulled until the rope was taut, then tied it to the lab's window frame. And thus, the gym and the lab windows were connected by a single rope. After making a hanger of sorts with another length of rope tied to the inner tube, they hung the inner tube on the rope connecting the windows. That's how the culprit created the ropeway that was used to move the body. An impressive premeditated murder, but the culprit made two crucial mistakes. The culprit got on the inner tube with Ryoma's body and slid toward the gym. With the height difference between the windows, they would have built up quite some speed. To avoid crashing through the window, the culprit used a brake. They used their own hand to grip the rope and slow down. That would have caused significant rope burn had the culprit not been wearing gloves. But due to the friction, part of a glove tore off and dropped in the pool. Regardless, the culprit reached the window and put Ryoma's body into the piranha tank. The glass pane not only kept the piranhas and the body separated, it also kept the piranhas so close together, they concealed the body. After that, all the culprit had to do was untie the rope and the inner tube. But that's when they made their second mistake. One end of the rope came loose, and the inner tube dropped into the pool. Thus, the culprit was forced to leave two key pieces of evidence, the fabric and the inner tube. They couldn't retrieve the evidence because of the rule against swimming at nighttime. And that's the whole story. Am I wrong, Kirumi Tojo? The ultimate maid?
When they showed the inner tube there and how the rope was set up, it actually makes more sense that she wasn't able to retrieve it. But it was weird how they showed it in the actual trial. And that's the whole story. Am I wrong? Kirumi Tojo, the ultimate maid.
Kirumi, that's the conclusion I reached. Do you have any objections?
This is very, very unfortunate, Shuichi. My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive. But to end like this...
Does that mean you admit it?
Kirumi.
Why use your own gloves, though? The warehouse should have had plenty. There weren't any. Obviously, she would have used them if they were available. Jeez, Monokuma provided everything but the gloves. That's pretty sadistic. But thanks to him, at least the game became way more interesting.
So,
it's decided.
This case was decided the moment someone, who shall not be named, opened their big mouth.
We don't know that. Maybe the real culprit is someone nobody expects.
That is right. No need to worry.
Oh, Monodem, you're like a mommy taking care of her sick child.
All right, let's go! The heart-racing excitement as the Blackened and the Spotless finally face off! It's voting time!
Alright. Let's vote for Kurumi. X button. Why is there cheese there? It's weird.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
So Kurumi voted Shuichi as the culprit, which is weird.
Who'll be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Alright, here's my score. Let's see how many we got. Did pretty well. 355, I think I had like 200 something. That's pretty good. So as you can see, the first debate thingy had a back route, and so did the 13th. Alright, awesome. Perfect. No misses, no retries. Alright, let's go. What was that sound? That was weird.
Oh my!
You all voted correctly. What an unexpected and unpredictable outcome. The Blackened who killed Ryoma Hoshi is Kurumi Tojo, the ultimate maid. Bravo, bravo.
Thank goodness.
Phew, thank goodness we managed to get through the class trial again.
You gotta be kidding me!
There's nothing good about this at all. Sob sniffle. Why did it have to be Kurumi?
Yeah.
Truly, this result was unexpected.
Wait,
How can you be so calm about it?
No
But
way.
Gonta no can't believe it. Kurumi was so helpful for everyone. Same Kurumi is also culprit?
yoo-hoo!
Hey, how long have you been lying to us?
The truth
Is that why you took such good care of us? So you could deceive everyone? You mean she's not my mom?
Hey!
She was never your effing mom.
Damn it.
Hey, Kurumi, tell me, why? You were always thinking about everyone around you. How could you kill someone? Human beings have always been selfish, self-centered creatures. That's why I hate humans. They burn down the forests we call home. They pollute the rivers we drink from. I'll never forgive humans.
No way!
But is that really a reason to destroy them? Some humans are really nice. Shut up, shut up. Enough with your commentary already.
Say,
Well, Kurumi, were your feelings towards us simply another falsehood?
how?
No, it can't be. Say it ain't so. That was just another lie, too.
No.
I don't think so. I still believe Kurumi cares about us.
What?
And how would you know? I can't say for certain, but I can sense that this trial has been agonizing for her. You can't say for certain, That is what a detective would say. Kurumi, are you upset? Because of the people important to you? You mean like from the motive video? So Kurumi watched hers after all? Earlier, Kurumi mentioned that she had accepted a request. Perhaps that request came from someone important in her motive video.
What's wrong?
Do you have nothing to say for yourself?
I do not agree.
No, that's not it. I'm just lost. Because if I tell you why I did it, you will regret what you've just done. Regret?
Damn.
Spit it out already. Otherwise, we can't accept this outcome.
Please!
Kirumi, tell us. I care about you a lot, and I know the others care about you too. So please.
Understood.
Very well then. If you are all so desperate to know,
I shall take that request.
I will consider this a final request and tell you everything.
Well, you know.
No more lies then. You better just tell us the truth, please and thank you.
Yes,
I understand.
that is correct.
Your reasoning was exactly right. The reason I murdered Ryoma was because of what I saw in my motive video. As I thought, you did indeed watch your video. Does that mean someone broke the agreement and traded you your motive video? Alright, fess up. Which one of you did it? Close your eyes and raise your hand if it was you.
What are you saying?
Why would the one raising their hand need to close their eyes?
May I?
That won't be necessary. I did not trade my motive video with anyone. Huh? If you didn't trade with anyone, how'd you see your motive video?
Hey,
Perhaps Kurumi received her own motive video. You mean she had her own motive video from the start?
Yes.
Correct. No one had my motive video, but me, the video's intended recipient. I have no idea why. Alright, let's leave things there and we will continue next time. For now, all I want to do, I want to thank you all for watching episode 46 of Let's Platinum Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. My name's Ultima456, you're the Ultimates, and I'll see you next time.